Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Okay, I'm on with a midweek energy reading. Let's just, I've got a bit of a light shining down on top of my head now. Let's see what the energy is looking like. Let's just pull some cards. I'm using the Witch's Tarot. Feel really drawn to use these cards today. Okay, I'm undecided what I'm going to do. Let's do a Celtic cross. So let's have a look at what the situation is. The situation is about a resurrection. After challenging times, it's kind of like a rebirth. Okay, what's the block then for this resurrection? We'll get more into this, but let's get a story going. The block is the King of Pentacles. So this is a masculine energy that's wanting stability, security. It's kind of the husband card. It's long term. So he's blocking himself, or the resurrection is blocked by this energy of this King of Pentacles. What's gone on earlier on in the week then? Let's have a look. The Two of Swords. So this is at a crossroads, feeling quite defensive, not really knowing what path to take, and not really, just no movement at the moment. It can also mean being divinely guided. So not really listening to any outside influence, just going within to follow guidance. How is this situation affecting you now? So let's have a look at the current situation. There's 2 here, 3, 4. Okay, well, the current situation is there's this wanting to celebrate. So this is a celebration card, happy communities, just reason to want to celebrate. We have the Fool. This is somebody taking a leap of faith. What's interesting is underneath is the Empress. Okay, so this is a very stable. If it's the King of Pentacles that is stopping his resurrection, because it's looking like someone's wanting to take a leap of faith towards a feminine. So I'm going to say that this resurrection here is being stopped by this King of Pentacles. I'm sure we'll find out why. But in the current energy, there's this wanting to celebrate, wanting to take this leap of faith towards the Empress, who's a very well balanced. I mean, she's kind of balanced in all the areas. And then we have Karma. And what's interesting about that is I'm picking up a lot about this new moon, which will be on Monday the 4th, I believe. And that looks very much like a new moon because you can't actually see the new moon. Very powerful for new beginnings. So the current energy here is wanting to take this leap of faith. It is Karma, so this is about second chances and most definitely about bringing yourself forth transformed. It's another go at life. So looks like karmic cycles have been wrapped up here and it's time for another go. Looking into the future, so let's have a look at the just moving on to the later part of this week. Again, not being able to make any movement. So really I'm feeling that this new moon has probably going to bring some movement with it. So it'd be interesting to see either what the weekend reading comes in or moving on to next week. But for me, it feels like there is no movement, I believe, until karmic cycles will be completed. I feel around this new moon time is when you would take a leap of faith. It's a new moon. So the full moon's about releasing, you know, all your negativity and letting go of all the things that you don't want. And then the new moon's about manifesting your desires. So, okay. This card I'm pulling now is what's going on behind the scenes. What's divine got their hands on and what do they know? The kind of whole purpose of this being held back from this resurrection. Okay, so to become balanced, so we have the King of Pentacles and the Empress, which will mean these two personalities will need to find the balance because they're both individually very strong and stable and secure. So this is the infinity symbol there. This is really about coming together and remaining balanced There's a leap of faith being taken here. So remaining balanced, even though in the background it looks like it could be quite choppy. So it really is about being able to handle this situation. That's how I'm feeling. It's to bring balance. Okay, I'm going to have a look and see. Well, I believe it's about this King of Pentacles. So I'm going to say how he's going to be feeling about this situation. Okay, well, it's an independent energy. It's the Nine of Cups. So this person will be single, unmarried, and he's just looking for that one cup to complete his table, which will then bring you to the Ten of Cups. So this individual is looking very, very like he's going after his wishes, his dreams. So his wish is coming true now. So he's stable and secure in himself, but he's wanting now to offer a cup of love to someone to make it up to. It's about being secure, happy, independently, but just looking for that kind of counterpart to make up your Ten of Cups, which is the kind of fairy tale. How others are viewing this, this King of Pentacles? Well, they're viewing him as moving on. There's only one person in this boat, so it looks like a masculine. Moving on now. That's how others are viewing this situation. Let's move them out of the way. Any hopes or fears? Okay. So gaining strength. You've got the infinity symbol there. So this is about being balanced in compassion, integrity. And it's also about being strong for one another. Because there is actually a feminine here, and that would really, for me, represent the Empress. Okay, someone who's stable and secure and loving and can give compassion and comfort. She's the Empress. And that lion there could be this masculine energy of the King of Pentacles here, who also does need love. Two very strong energies, but both need to kind of take care of each other. That's what I'm feeling. So that's a hope or a fear, and also about, you know, actually getting plans in preparation. So this is the messenger card. This is about bringing the message about future plans. So being strong enough to be able to come forth with a message, to be able to resurrect. That could be the fear, or the hope is, you know, to be strong enough to be able to come through for it. So it's the same thing, really. Right, let's have a look at the outcome. The outcome is we have the Nine of Pentacles. Now this is an independent feminine energy. So that's a masculine energy here, because he's secure in love. So it's kind of a role reversal, because normally masculines are focused on their pentacles and on their, you know, business, career, future, and kind of neglect the love side of it, where a feminine opts for the love side and isn't that stable and secure, working down here. So it's kind of a role reversal where you're completing yourself, which means then you can offer yourself to each other because you balance each other out. You're not dependent upon each other. It's more that you're each other's support. That's the outcome. And we had another one, which is the Five of Pentacles. This is a time when you can be coming in from out of the cold, and it's also a material and financial transitional period of time. When you're going from hard times and you're moving into a more abundant time, it can be very stressful, and you can kind of lose hope and not really know what's going on. So it's very much this energy here of not knowing what's going on and just really just having the faith. And the same here, it's about you can get yourself out of there, but you're not, and you're following really your inner guidance. Let's have a look what the bottom of the deck was. Being kept awake at night, playing heavily on the mind. It doesn't feel like it's quite ready yet. There's still this strength needed coming from out the cold, and also this resurrection. So, but I believe you are being held back so that you are truly balanced. But the current energy is wanting to celebrate and wanting to take that leap of faith now towards this Empress energy. So that will be long term. And then we have karma here. So it could just be wrapping up these karmic cycles so that you can come together more balanced. I've got some psychic tarot here. I haven't used these in a while. Thought I'd just clarify. Okay, let's have a look. I'm just going to clarify all of them just to get a bit more of a story. So the Ace of Swords. So this is about resurrecting. Let's get a card on that, what the situation is. Okay, so it is the Nine of Pentacles. So a resurrection, and it's about material harvest. Now, what I love about this pack is this card when I was just explaining the role reversals, but this feels like the masculine now is actually going after his material harvest, which will be the Empress. So it is a kind of feminine card normally with this, but in this deck it's actually showing a masculine. So I'm feeling this about resurrecting and going after your material harvest. It's time now to reap all the good things in the physical. So that's what the resurrection is towards. Yeah, you being abundant. So then we have the King of Pentacles, which is the block. So it's the Emperor. So this is authority, which means that he's got to give the authority. This King of Pentacles has to give the go-ahead, okay? Very stern, the Emperor. Even though he is the Empress's counterpart, she is the only person that can control him. She's the Empress, okay? But he can be very stern and very stubborn and very hard to budge on viewpoints. And that's what it looks like. It's, you know, this... I feel like, do you want to rock the boat of what, you know, your own stability when actually you're going after your material harvest now? You need to make the move. I feel it's just being stuck in old ways. And we know that because there's this transitional as a fear. Oh, no, sorry, that was the outcome. So it's definitely going on, this transitional stage in your life. And it's like the Emperor will want to keep control over this situation. So then moving into what's happened kind of the first part of the week, we've got this, well, nothing at a crossroads, not really knowing what to do, no movement whatsoever. Because you need to make a decision. Choose wisely, it says, so it's a very, you know, serious decision. And that will take time. This current energy, though, wants to celebrate, take the leap of faith. But then we just have this Karma card. Normally it's called Judgment, so it's kind of like Judgment Day. But this is the only pack that it kind of, well, that I've got that states that it's called Karma. So this would be karmic cycles. I just love how that moon's there. Yeah, looks like that's when the sacrifice will be made. So the Hangman is really about pausing, which is perfect because there is no kind of movement going on into the latter part of the week. So this is a pausing for reflection, for enlightenment, for the point where you actually kind of make the sacrifice and choose you and you go after your own desires. And there's definitely that with love and the Pentacles. So love and money, it's kind of having it all. That's the current energy, is you're just going to have to hang on kind of for the sacrifice. The Hangman's there, which means there's still this pause, wanting to, but having to pause. Why do you want to? Because it's your destiny. But this is the Wheel of Fortune, so the wheel will be turning because it is destiny, okay? So kind of Divine's got its hands on this. You're kind of being shifted into the right direction, the right path, even though you're not sure which one that is. You are being shifted, but at the moment there's still this hanging back. Could be a slight frustration because it feels like you're ready. Now the Eight of Swords is this... as I said, it was, you can get yourself out of that, but you're kind of being held back for a reason. This is going into, obviously, the latter part of the week. You're being held back for a reason. Why? And you got the Light, which is the most positive card in the pack, but it just kind of makes me feel for you to see the light. It's important that you're awakened, enlightened enough to be able to come together. Then we have the, you know, Divine's got its hand on bringing balance here with the infinity symbol. And then we have the infinity symbol above the feminine's head here. So we have her, which looks like she's already kind of balanced. And then with the the lion there, you have to be of a very loving nature to allow that lion to get up so close to you, or to allow the feminine to get up so close. But it really does look like she's nurturing him there. And then this is quite a young adolescent boy here who's trying to bring balance, so could definitely come in with the masculine energy of the Emperor, seeing as he can be a bit immature, because he's just quite stubborn and not open-minded for change. But change is here, and that's the block, the Emperor. His stubbornness, just not surrendering really to change. It's the only thing that's certain is change. Right, so let's have a look at this Two of Pentacles. Solitude. So it's so that you become balanced. If you have a look at this, this is the Hermit card. It's like she's actually got like the Akashic records there. So this is about understanding the truths of situation, going back, ancient truths. You're going to have realizations, aha moments, so that you become more balanced, in more of a clarity and knowing to be able to move forward. It's easier to move forward when you're in a knowing, in certainty. It makes you so much stronger. So we're having a look how this, I'm going to say this King of Pentacles, this Emperor here, how he's actually feeling. And he's feeling as if it's his wishes coming true. But there is this, and where did this planning card come from? I thought it was a bit further up. Maybe not. But the planning card sitting there. Wishes coming true, and this starting to plan now. If this is a message, an offer kind of coming in of long term, of future plans, we've got the King of Pentacles here, and he is holding obviously that pentacle, and then normally the King sends out the page to deliver a message and sends out the Knight to deliver an offer. So it looks like this energy here is actually now in planning stages for the future. But let's pull a card. Power. It's a Strength card. So about being balanced, but there is no feminine on here, which in a way is quite good to see, because it means that the masculine here is very well balanced within his kind of I did kind of want to say the dark side, and you know, kind of his animal instincts and just understanding himself more and being more balanced. So you kind of got the, I want to say, the compassion of the older gentleman, but then we have the fierceness of the lion when needed. And that really is what the Strength card is. It's about being adaptable and knowing how to handle situations, and always trying to handle them, you know, from this space of love, but with strength and power. So that's how this masculine sees himself, going after his dreams, feeling the power, now pushing forward to really making plans. We've got moving on. Other people are viewing, I'm going to say this King of Pentacles, you know, is moving on now. Yeah, it's harvest time. So again, seeing the light, walking through there, patience and planning. It's kind of like nearly harvest time. You have to wait for like the fruit to be ripe, just ripe enough, you know, juicy enough. Right, let's have a look at this Strength as a hope or fear. Oh, that was, I'm going to put that back because I know that come up with the Strength card now. Yeah, okay. So, the power to go after your dreams. Let's leave it there. We have the Strength about whether or not we can actually, you know, come forward with this offer now. Again, it's moving on. It's the card we just had before, where the gentleman was in the boat, but the difference is we're seeing a lot of seeing the light. So moving on how others are viewing this masculine, and it's seeing the light now, being patient, and they're planning, but feels like there's all of a sudden there's this movement. That's going through now. So moving on after difficult times, kind of moving out of the dark towards the light. And then the outcome is This queen, she's a Nine of Pentacles. She is an independent energy, so she's single again, and she's kind of worked on all areas of her life, including obviously the financial side and the material side. So very, very well balanced. Also feels very at home with herself. But there's this coming out of the cold and also this material transition. I can't pick the card up, so let me just pull one. The Empress. So the outcome is this transition here, going from this single independent energy to this transition to being the Empress. So it's looking like that leap of faith could be happening towards the end of the week, which probably would kind of come in good with that new moon, seeing it's on Monday. But there is good positive movement forward here. Okay, let me pull some oracle cards. Let's do a journey of, oh no, it's called the Enchanted Map. It's not the Journey of Love. I haven't got those out today. Wide Open. Okay, card number 42. You are free to express your uniqueness to the world and share in all the bounty of life's endless possibilities. All manner of opportunities are presented to you at this time. The Wide Open card is a signal that you're able to truly manifest your dreams and that your goals are in sight. Don't remain small and contracted. Instead, expand your horizons beyond what you believe to be your limitations. You have a unique voice that needs to be expressed in the world. The universe is supportive of new ideas and approaches at this time. So speak up and speak out. This card is a sign of the maverick who freely roams the wide open space of possibility. Allow for a greater vision to replace old ideas as you dream a grander dream. So it really did pick up there what I was saying about how, you know, stubborn and stern this emperor here can be with his authority. And it's about actually, you know, going after your dreams now. And, you know, don't keep yourself contracted. Dream big. It's just old ways of doing things. They're hard to change. You can see that from the transition at the top. Okay. Archangel guidance. Prosperity. Your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. If I can find the book for this one easily, then I'm going to read it. Oh, it's rather annoying when I can't find the books, and that's my own organisational skills. If you have a look, it's like a funnel, like a tunnel coming down here, just abundance just kind of falling into the lap. And it says that they are needed. They are, your material needs are provided for as you follow your intuition. But that's exactly what it looks like is going on here, and seeing the light. So following your intuition, not really accepting anything from outside, following your own guidance now. But as you do that, you know, your material needs are provided for. So I would like to think that that maybe gave you clarity about just letting go and just letting go to the unknown and allow your material harvest to come in, because it's most definitely coming in with an Empress as well. So your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality, your dreams. You know what to do. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. It's about having that clarity and trusting your intuition and your guidance, and then you'll know what to do. And passion. Trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. Okay, so something's been ignited here because you're wanting to celebrate at the top towards an Empress, your destiny. There's karmic cycles that are being wrapped up. You've had to choose wisely here. And you see the light. So, yeah, obviously you're going to feel the passion and the love. So trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. There's a big transitional, don't know what I'm looking for. Something big's happening, basically. You're transforming from one way of living into another. It's kind of like time to really balance out that Emperor. And like I said, the only person that can do it is the Empress. We all know that. And clairvoyance. I am helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love. That's the holdback. It's so that the sacrifice, the hangman, so that he can become enlightened, and then he kind of surrenders and releases himself because he's holding himself up there. You're in with the hermit here, so that you can see the truth, find out the truths and bring balance here. I'm helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love. Also, there's the chakras here which will be aligning. Victory. Your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. So they have been heard, they have been answered, just not quite time, but have faith. It's a good message. Now, I was going to pull, well, I still am, cards from the mermaids and dolphins. But what I've seen is there's actually one just sitting on the floor there. So I'm going to have a look and see what it wants to say, because I don't know when that fell down there. Oh, it says pay attention. Notice with pettier signs and your inner guidance as they yield valuable information. Pay attention. Well, I did. I paid attention to the card. See the light. Self-employment. Big transition. You're a born entrepreneur and your business is surrounded by magical opportunities. Self-employment would really, suit both of these characters. They definitely, can do it, but they would need to be balanced. And being self-employed is really where you kind of gain your own material harvest. You're not making someone else abundant. So there is this, and now that you've seen the light, so I imagine that would be like a career transition that way, doing things differently. And it says ready, set, go. Now is the perfect moment to dive in and embrace your heart's desires. One more. Make a decision. Feeling stuck or indecisive, listen to your intuition and make a decision. So those cards that come up, pay attention, notice the signs, ready, set, go. There's self-employment, clairvoyance going on. Trust and follow your renewed passion. You know what to do, trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. And your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition. It looks like the only way that you're really going to get your material harvest is by following your intuition. And then it comes. It's like kind of let it go. Let it go to let it flow. You've got to surrender. So make a decision. I'm going to read this one from the book because I have the book for these cards here. I'll get there in a minute. Make a decision. Okay. Sometimes life feels as if it's at an impasse while we await heaven's next instruction. That's very true, isn't it? You're at a block. You're at an impasse. Yeah, you're at a block. Sometimes life feels as if it's at an impasse while we await heaven's next instruction. By drawing this card, however, heaven asks, what do you want? Sometimes the universe asks us to be the decision maker, and this is one of those times. Instead of passively allowing life to push you around like a canoe without oars, you're counselled to take charge and set your own course. Know that heaven gives you all of the resources you need to pull yourself out of any situation as long as you make a firm and clear decision. Your decisiveness is the catalyst for heaven to clear the way for your manifestation. Let go of all fears or worries and focus only on the destination you intend to reach. Enjoy the journey along the way. Wow. I am going to end on an oracle of shadows and light. A powerful energy shift. A couple of these cards, I have a Facebook page which you can find at the channel of Love 666. Okay, on Facebook. I think that would take you to the page. I don't really advertise it that much. But we've had a couple of these cards come up. I try and pop a card up, 1 or 2 cards every day, and I pull them and then obviously put it up onto Facebook. And we had another one that's come up during the week. I can't remember which one it is. I can't find it now. So it might be worthwhile getting over there because this card's come up, I don't know if it was last week. I believe it came up last week. So let me have a read of this one. But you can also find this card over on the Facebook page. So Eclipse Mermaid. Now we had the powerful eclipse which was with the full moon. And I think that since this, I've picked up on it, since this eclipse, energies have started to change. People are kind of reconsidering their options, changing things. So let's read this card. About the Eclipse Mermaid. The beautiful Eclipse Mermaid floats in the wild Red Sea, watching, feeling a very powerful energy shift taking place. She is bathing in the energy and interacting with the energy, but she is not trying to direct it or force it into a particular direction. She has already prepared and is moving with it, but there is no effort involved. She is staying quite still, very calm but vigilant and observant at this moment. Her eyes reflect the energy of the eclipse, and within her, all that has been hidden will be emerging into the open. What she will become depends on what she has hidden away. Eclipses are times of great shifts and awakenings, and sometimes unwanted and uninvited change. When an eclipse comes through your life, simply acknowledge that a cosmic event is taking place, and it will have a ripple effect throughout your world. Allow what needs to emerge to come out, because during this powerful time, nothing can remain suppressed, hidden, or underneath anymore. The Eclipse Mermaid speaks. This energy shift you are about to experience needs preparation. No effort, no force, but it helps to be ready. Expect amazing dreams, possible clairvoyant experiences, and please do watch addictions, gossip, the internet, the kinds of food you eat, and who you spend time with, and how they influence you. These are all very significant when this being comes to visit. This is a magnificent time to start a new health regime, particularly if you are wishing to reduce addictions that are unhealthful. Remember, there's no real avoiding life and the planets and the galaxy's energy shifts. You can work with these eclipses and maximise their amazing power, or you can do nothing and their changes could overwhelm you. The worst choice is to fight the energy and to refuse to try something new, Mr. Emperor. Sorry, I just wanted to add that in. What will you choose as your own personal eclipse approaches? Okay, the divination message. A deeply emotional, energetic shift, akin to that of a powerful full eclipse, is taking place in your life. There could be revelations, scandals, and truths being told too at this time, and you may feel the urge to change what you eat, how you look and dress, how you express yourself, what classes you take, who you hang out with, and what you thought you wanted to do with your life. If you are on the path, your own soul path, everything that takes place will be good and right, even if it is disruptive. If you have not placed your feet on the path, this time may feel more disruptive, turbulent, and surprising. Any change at this time will bring you closer to who you truly are. It is up to each of us to choose how we move through an eclipse. Only one thing is certain: resistance is futile. Okay, there's no point resisting it. It just makes it worse. Trust your intuition. Go within it. It's definitely here just to go within and follow your own guidance. And like it said, you know, it will come naturally. There is no force. It is just a natural. Allow yourself to move through, flow through this transition if you can. But you need to drop the authority. You need to be open to change, which we know the Emperor isn't. He needs to unfold his arms. He's enlightened. You can see it. It's behind his head, though. Have a look at the Empress, who ends the... She's enlightened at the front and all around. So when I spoke about them chakras lining, it is this Emperor is aware, but he just really needs to realise it. He's refusing, really. That's how I look at it. Where the feminine here with the Empress, her heart's opened. She's open to receiving. Look how open she is compared to him. But they are counterparts and they know how to deal with one another. But it looks like the Emperor really needs to become more balanced in being more open-minded and trying new things. And obviously taking a leap of faith to trust in this Empress energy. Two very strong independent energies here. Okay guys, I'm going to leave it with you and I will catch up with you soon. So enjoy the rest of your week. Take care. Bye for now.